Welcome back to Paris in my pockets. 20 and 20. I'm Jay Swanson. What is a 20 and 20, you might be asking? Well, there are 20 arrondissements in Paris, 20 districts, and we're going to be doing all of them in 20 videos, starting with the 20th, and today we're on the 19th, our second video. The 19th, one of my favorite, most underrated, most out of the way, off the beaten path arrondissements. There's so much good stuff here, including my favorite park and one of my favorite local mayor's offices. Now, you might not know this, but every arrondissement in Paris has its own mayor. So they've got their own little city hall, their own little mayor, and they're in charge of that arrondissement. And they get these wonderful, beautiful buildings like the one behind me as well. And so you might have multiple mayors in your life if you live here, depending on where you live. It's a wonderful part of the city. Anyways, it's starting to rain, which is kind of one of the problems that we're gonna run into a little bit here today, but let's go. Right behind Jourdain, that church, and just a few minute walk away is Mardi, which means Tuesday, and ironically, they're not open on Tuesdays. Be forewarned, I've made that mistake before, but we're here to grab a little bit of coffee on our way to the park, go enjoy Buttes Chaumont, my favorite, literally my favorite park in the city. Okay, we gotta try the cinnamon. Good cinnamon bun. It's very rare to find cinnamon buns that aren't in the Danish style in Paris. So if you want an American cinnamon roll that's frosted, I actually have one for you, and it's coming up in the 17th arrondissement, so be sure to subscribe and stick around for that. This is the shop dog, by the way. He lives right there. We're really lucky that these guys exist, because there used to be nothing in this neighborhood, like nothing up here. And now we can go for a wander down to the park, fully caffeinated. In true fashion, for a 20 and 20, something's got to be closed. Unfortunately, it is the Temple of Cybele, not the one that's on the Acropolis, the Roman temple. This is the fake one that they built when they redid this park. We'll talk about that in a second, but beautiful view. Usually you have a great view of Sacré-Cœur. Try to find some footage from the last one maybe for you for that, because I don't want you to miss out, but we'll go down to the bridge. There are other views we can get. There's also no waterfall, but this should come back on this summer. Listen, some days the park just doesn't agree. Paris is famous for its Parisian limestone. It's what gives the buildings its beautiful color, and one of the places that they used to get that limestone was here in Buttes Chaumont, which means the bald mountain, which is fittingly, you know, why it's probably my favorite park, but it has changed completely. It used to be completely devoid of vegetation, flowers, plant life, and people, which is why they called it the Bald Mountain, just a stone quarry, and then got converted into this, which is why you might think like, wow, it looks like this is carved out of the classic era, and it wasn't. It's totally fake. It was done under Napoleon III in order to, you know, beautify the city, and boy, did they successfully beautify it. I love this park. You'll see it in the picnics video that we're filming kind of simultaneously today. You might recognize the outfit a little bit, just a change of what's on top, but I love coming to this park. I had my birthday here last year. It's genuinely one of my favorite places in the city. It's calm, it's quiet, it is not touristy at all. You'll see people running, you'll see people playing with their dogs. Buttes Chaumont, right across the street from the Mairie of the 19th. Probably the crown jewel of the 19th, but is it? We're about to go find out at Canal de l'Ourcq, and don't forget a little bit of maritime activity. Coco. This is a spot that I've been wanting to try for a little while. It's been on my list actually for a really long time. I've heard some good things. I love Japanese food. For a long time I felt like it was really hard to find good Japanese food, but that has definitely changed. There's a lot of good ramen, sushi, gyoza, everything. I don't know, it's delicious. Guabao, these basically like tiny little Japanese tacos that are fluffy and delicious, and I've got a number of spots that I really like in town, so we'll see how these ones go. But overall, I mean, just generally a really big fan of the Japanese food, so we thought we'd do that for lunch today and also try this place. Find out if it's any good. And if you're seeing it in the video, it means it was pretty good. The way that I tend to be like recommending these places, not only are they often spots that I've just stumbled on myself or been recommended to by friends, but they're places that I would go back to. Generally, I'm not gonna recommend a place that I would never go back to. And if I recommend a spot, I will try to tell you in my guide why. Like, because the service was really good, or this particular dish was really good, that even though the service was terrible, it justifies going back because you can put up with a grumpy Parisian server specifically for that one drink. I'll try to be honest about that and let you know. We got a really fancy double salmon. Is it, the salmon on top is cooked?
It's great. Good.
It is good. Anyways, we needed this to fortify ourselves before our maritime adventure later.
So I don't be raining during the maritime.
I hope it doesn't rain.
Major letdown.
Only water below, no water above. Okay, I'm not usually I like sweet potato fries, but these are like perfect. Oh my goodness, it's falling apart. No, no, oh no, oh no. Oh yeah. hitting the spot. But matcha to me is like it's like a green tea kind of flavor, but almost more earthy. Well, it's very subtle.
Yeah.
It's really subtle. The nice thing is that after lunch we can digest a little bit by taking a stroll up Quai de Loire, the quay or the quay of the Loire on Canal Saint-Martin. Canal Saint-Martin runs all the way from the Seine out of the city, north, and it's wonderful. It has different locations. This is Bassin de la Villette. As you take a stroll up here, you'll see a lot of really fun outdoor activities where you can play pétanque. You can do a little bit of a workout. You can even get on some of these boats and have a drink. It's pretty phenomenal. There are a couple that I love that are my guide, of course, but we're gonna go up to the top of Quai de Loire, stop at a little place called Pan Am Brewery for a beer with my dad, who just woke up and might be a little bit jet lagged, so, you know, let's get him started early, right? Anyways, we're gonna be coming back here, if you didn't guess, for the maritime stuff. It has nothing to do with this big boat. We're gonna be going the opposite direction to little boats, tiny little boats. Not that tiny, but tiny enough. You know, it'll be fun. Pan Am Brewing Company is one of my OG recommendations and has been on my list for years. Delicious. Not only is their beer good and their food tasty, but it's really you're here for the environment and the view. Like the view behind me right now, you can get from inside. We will rain or shine. You've got a wonderful view, including the Eiffel Tower, the very tippity top of the Eiffel Tower, which you'll see flashing us in, well, not today because it's gonna be, we're not gonna be here quite that long, but if it's warm outside, you can sit out here at the tables, enjoy some delicious food, some good beer, some good company. Highly recommend that you come here if you're into craft beer, if you want a little bit of an international dish and you just want to sit out and enjoy the sun. It's gonna be well worth it. You like coming up here, Dad?
Yes. It's a chance to be on the water when you're in the city. Pretty rare thing.
Thanks to my patron producer of the day, Nimit Malavia, for making this possible. He makes a lot of really wonderful art. There's a lot of great street art in the 19th, especially along the canal. So thanks, Nimit. And thanks to you for making this possible, to all my patrons. Really appreciate it. There it is. Speaking of the canal, it's time to take advantage of some maritime activity. The glories of this situation is that we can take a boat. You don't need a license. You don't even need to be remotely qualified. But if they give you a boat that just cuts out at random, try to make sure that the drifting is not going towards the boat over there. I'll put a link below to how you can find this particular setup. Canal de l'Ourcq is kind of the more famous name for the canal, which is where we are right now. And it goes all the way up to the La Villette, which is a wonderful park that I've shown in a number of videos before. Has an exhibition center, the National Science Museum, the Philharmonic, a delightful space to go if you do happen to have the time. I don't recommend that you go all the way up there though necessarily, unless you're gonna go for a very specific event or exhibition. I do, however, recommend that you get up here for La Talente, which is where we're gonna go for a drink afterwards, or just to boat around, as we're doing now. You can rent these boats for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. They'll put a table in it for you if you want. They'll hook you up with some booze if you don't have your own. But of course at Pan Am, where we just were, we bought some beer, or you can go to the grocery store nearby to grab, you know, a bottle of wine. This canal, like we've said before, connects all the way up to the I don't even know where exactly it goes, but it does make for a really nice path to ride your bike along as well if you'd like to ride along here, and is how we've gotten up all the way to Gallia before. There's a library boat, there are drinks on boats. The canal is just wonderful. It is one of my favorite elements of Paris, and it is one of the most underrated elements of Paris, I believe. I don't think a lot of tourists even know this exists. I do know people that have lived here for years and don't know it exists. You should come, you should enjoy it. It's wonderful. So anyways, once we're done boating, which I'm having a lot of fun just kind of zigging and zagging, there's no real traffic right now, so this is the perfect opportunity. Once we're done with this nonsense, there are a couple places up here that I recommend for food that are delicious, but we are going to go at La Talente for a drink. Should be really nice. Cheers.
So thanks for everything.
Absolutely.
Group cheers, people.
Always remember to make eye contact when you're in France and cheersing. 7 years bad sex. La Talente is one of those spots that I've known for a really long time. It's kind of blown up in popularity, it seems like. It is a Friday night, so it is definitely packed. A little bit rainy, but thankfully the rain has passed and we're able to sit back outside. It's delightful. They are on-tapped, so if you're into the on-tapped beer scene, then you're going to be able to keep track of your beer as you go, which is great. And just a cool local vibe with a lot of street art. It's enjoyable. They've got some delicious fried food on hand, and I think we're probably gonna end up getting like a Scotch egg or something. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this day in the 19th with us. Between Butte Chaumont and the canal, you have at least one day, if not two, to enjoy wandering around, and yeah. Cheers. Thanks for watching. ParisMyPocket.com. Grab the guide. Thanks to my patrons. We're gonna have a good night.